Coming up next on Newswatch.
Extreme weather around the country and in Athens. What you can expect from these fierce winds. Babies born addicted to heroin, how they are getting comfort in a stranger's arms.
And in sports, Ohio women's basketball battles Marshall in the first round of the NIT. Check out our preview when Newswatch starts right now.
Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens. This is Newswatch.
Spring weather is raising havoc across the U.S. Good evening, I'm Caitlin Roman. Here in Athens, a red flag warning was issued this afternoon. Athens and surrounding counties have been experiencing gusty winds, which can contribute to extreme fire behavior. The Midwest has had a difficult week with strong winds. In Illinois, wind destroyed houses and trees. Iowa saw tornadoes earlier this week, and around the country, rain in the southeast has flooded many states. In Louisiana, caskets from a cemetery were unearthed from a cemetery. Texas residents were ordered to evacuate. Now, over to Ananda for local weather. Ananda, can we expect more wind in our local forecast?
Today. That combined with low humidities has put much of the region under a red flag warning. A red flag warning means that conditions are favorable for fire starting and that you should take precaution if you are going out and having a campfire or a barbecue. If you see a wildfire starting, make sure to contact local authorities as soon as possible.
Thanks, Ananda. A group in Torch, Ohio is fighting to stop a local injection well. The K&H injection well is one of the biggest fracking wastewater disposal sites in Ohio and has been open since 2013. WOUB reporter Catherine Blaine has the story.
Why are you so afraid to protect us? Why are you so afraid to put these laws and these rules and regulations in place? That's my question.
That is Felicia Metler. Felicia works with a group called Torch Can Do. The group started up to stop the K&H injection well located off Route 52. Trucks bring fracking wastewater to the site 24/7. Felicia says the group's calls and letters to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources have gone unanswered.
What is this community to do? With the ODNR, there's no rules in place for any emergency plan because they do say it's safe.
ODNR says they pride themselves in having a strict code when it comes to fracking and injection wells. Felicia and other members of Torch Can Do say more can be done.
I'm beyond angry. I'm scared. I'm aggravated, frustrated that our lawmakers who we have put in place to keep us healthy and keep us safe are not doing their job.
Thanks, Catherine. WOUB's Newswatch at Noon in-depth program will feature the rest of this story next Friday. A Marietta man is going to prison for injecting a child with heroin and raping her. Charges were investigated in May when the Marietta Police Department received a report about a suspected forced injection. 19-year-old Cody John Keene was charged with 3 counts of rape and corrupting another with drugs. Keene was sentenced to 25 years to life in prison after pleading guilty to all charges. Upon release, Keene will be required to register as a Tier 3 sex offender. Athens County voted against the state in the presidential primary, and now the numbers show how close the race between Donald Trump and Governor John Kasich was. Trump did beat Governor John Kasich, and not just here in Athens County. Trump won Meigs, Vinton, and Hocking County, as well as others in southeast Ohio. In Athens County, Trump won the county and beat Kasich by just 124 votes. It was close in Hocking County as well, with Trump beating out Kasich by 166 votes. In Vinton County, Trump dominated Kasich by 400 votes. Meigs County was similar, with Trump winning by 731 votes.
You also have to remember that the people voting in the primaries are a small percentage of the total voters. Most people don't vote in primaries. So you got a whole different group of people out there that aren't paying attention and not participating. And when November comes, all of a sudden, they're going to be participating. And are they going to be as informed as the primary? primary voters.
Trump dominated all of Southeast and Eastern Ohio, even though Kasich won the state. WOUB spoke with County Republican Party Chairman Pete Kalatis, who says that this primary turnout doesn't fully represent how Southeastern Ohio Republicans see the presidential race. The next Republican primaries are March 22nd for the states of Idaho, Utah, and Arizona. The Athens County Commissioners are looking to give local entities an opportunity to apply for economic and development funds. Commissioners created a county review committee to oversee any local applications seeking funding from the Southern Ohio Agricultural and Community Development Foundation. The foundation's executive director, Don Branson, said that $100,000 will be set aside for 8 counties, one being Athens. The most that can go to one county is $50,000. Up to $10,000 will also be awarded for each new job created. Applications are due by April 1st. A Nelsonville man wants to put a canoe livery on the Hocking River near the Plains. Lance Barron bought the property between the Hocking River and the Hocking-Adena Bikeway. Currently, there is only a temporary road leading to the property. Barron is looking for ways to access the canoes across the bike path. The Athens County Commissioners and County Engineer viewed the site earlier this week. Barron plans to start with 24 canoes by Memorial Day weekend. The Nelsonville Fire Department is now collecting mitigation fees. Athens Messenger reports the Nelsonville City Council passed the ordinance Monday, hoping to offset department costs. Citizens will not be charged, only insurance companies. If the companies do not pay, citizens will still not be charged. Fire chief says the city could have made as much as $22,000 if it started this program last year. Ohio is again trying to execute a man whose previous execution was botched. The Ohio Supreme Court ruled the previous execution was not cruel and unusual punishment because drugs were never injected. Rommel Broom was convicted of murder in the stabbing death of a 14-year-old Cleveland girl in 1984. Broom's scheduled execution in 2009 was never carried out. Authorities tried for 2 hours to find a vein to administer his lethal injection, but could not. The court says Broom's life was never at risk. The case is expected to continue, with previously filed appeals in federal court that have been on hold. An Ohio man accused of recruiting for the Islamic State pleads guilty to a terrorism charge. Authorities say Amir Saad Abdul Rahman Al-Ghazi, who changed his name from Robert McCollum, pledged his support online to the Islamic State group. He is charged on 1 count of attempting to provide material support to the designated terrorist group and 2 counts of being a felon in possession of firearms with the intent to attack the United States. A new announcement from Secretary of State John Kerry, how ISIS tactics are now being described as genocide. And after controversy surrounding SeaWorld's killer whale treatment, the park now has an announcement about the future of orca shows. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
Really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything. Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like we're having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us. Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again. It's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything. Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Welcome back. A new development in the Democratic's primary in Missouri. Presidential candidate Bernie Sanders concedes defeat to Hillary Clinton in the Missouri primary. Sanders says he will not seek a recount of results because the results will not affect delegates. Clinton leads with about 1,500 votes. Under state law, Sanders could have sought a recount with this margin. Clinton will get 2 more delegates for winning the state. Congressional lawmakers on both sides of the aisle grilled Michigan Governor Rick Snyder and EPA Administrator Gina McCarthy Thursday in Washington, D.C., accusing them of not taking action when they learned about the water crisis in Flint, Michigan. Diane Gallagher reports from Washington, D.C. on the hearing, which included several fiery exchanges calling for both McCarthy's and Snyder's resignations.
We failed.
The Flint water crisis takes center stage on Capitol Hill with the House Oversight Committee grilling Michigan's Governor Rick Snyder.
And the governor's fingerprints are all over this.
And EPA Administrator Gina McCarthy.
The Environmental Protection Agency, they didn't do that. They didn't protect the public.
At times calling for their jobs.
If you want to do the courageous thing, like you said Susan Hedman did, then you too should resign.
And you need to resign too, Governor Snyder.
At the heart of the hearing, the dangerous levels of lead the people of Flint, Michigan have been exposed to for more than a year in their drinking water.
An entire generation of children who suffer from brain damage, learning disabilities, and many other horrible effects of lead poisoning.
And finding out who knew what and when.
Even when you did know, you did nothing.
And why it wasn't handled immediately.
I find it hard to believe that a crisis of this magnitude completely escaped your attention for so long.
Let me be blunt. This was a failure of government at all levels.
I will take responsibility for not pushing hard enough, but I will not take responsibility for causing this problem.
Meanwhile, in Flint, right now the mayor is more concerned about fixing the problem than assigning the blame.
We need money. We need to fix this problem. And while right now there's apologies are going on and finger pointing is going on, and we can't wait.
In Washington, I'm Diane Gallagher.
Governor Snyder claims he took action as soon as he became aware of the issue. 3 former Flint officials testified before the same committee earlier this week. The U.S. believes ISIS is committing genocide in Iraq and Syria. Secretary of State John Kerry has officially used the term genocide to describe the attacks against Christian groups and other ethnic and religious minorities in the region. He made the distinction official Wednesday at the State Department. Genocide is a word the State Department has been reluctant to use. John Kerry said in a press conference Thursday that the U.S. will do all they can to.
The United States will strongly support efforts to collect, document, preserve, and analyze the evidence of atrocities, and we will do all we can to see that the perpetrators are held accountable.
The last time the government declared a genocide was in Darfur in 2004. Monday, the House of Representatives unanimously passed a resolution to use the term to describe ISIS attacks. This generation of killer whales at SeaWorld will be the last. The theme park has announced an end to its orca breeding program. SeaWorld says the current killer whales will remain at its parks for many years to come, quote, inspiring guests in new and natural ways. And the company says the orcas will receive the highest quality care. SeaWorld is also partnering with the Humane Society to work against commercial whaling and sea hunts. And on Wall Street today, an afternoon surge in stocks coming on the heels of a 4-week rally turned the Dow Jones Industrial Average positive for the year, wiping out losses from a terrible start to 2016.
It seems winter will make a comeback this weekend, but when will spring return? That plus your extended forecast coming up on Newswatch.
Nestled in the heart of the Hocking Valley sits a town with a story. A story carved from mountains of coal, mixed with a little clay and sprinkled with a dash of culture. It's a story of national significance and local pride. A story rooted in the past that's still being written today. Join WOUB on March 19th at Nelsonville York High School for the premiere of Our Town, Nelsonville.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open. You can go to them with pretty much anything. Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Winds are out of our west. Good evening. Welcome to the Newswatch Weather Center. I'm Ananda Harris. Currently in Athens, it is 59 degrees and winds are out of our west at 16 miles per hour. That combined with the low humidity today has made conditions perfect for wildfires, placing much of the region under a red flag warning until 8 p.m. Today, temperatures were a little bit cooler than they were the day before, but we are still about 10 degrees above average at 62 degrees for our high today. Our low today also above the normal, 40 degrees. And if we take a look at our precipcast, we see high pressure off to our west, which has been giving us our sunny conditions and warm temperatures all day. North of us, not so lucky. They've been receiving lots of rain. We will see the cold front associated with that start to move through our region tonight and into tomorrow. However, it will be a dry cold front, so we will not see any of that precipitation move into the area. And looking across the region, temperatures are all in the mid to upper 50s. 55 up in Columbus, 59 in Athens, and 56 down in Ironton. As we go overnight, it will start to cool down pretty quickly, 50 degrees at 9 p.m. and 41 by 4 a.m. We'll have clear skies tonight, which will allow us to get more radiational cooling, getting temperatures down to 37 degrees. Winds, however, will calm tonight, but will start to pick up a little bit as we go through tomorrow. Looking at the bus stop for tomorrow morning, it'll be about 43 degrees, so very chilly compared to our last few days. Sunny skies though, so you don't have to worry about sending your kids off with a raincoat. And as we're going through the day tomorrow, we will get up to 59 degrees by 4 p.m. It will be a little bit windy tomorrow, not quite as bad as today, winds between 10 to 15 miles per hour. And the high in Athens, 58 degrees, mostly sunny. We may see a couple clouds moving through the region, but nothing too bad. And over in all of the region tomorrow, we'll see temperatures mid to upper 50s, and we'll see a little bit warmer, 61 down in Ironton, and 50 degrees, our chilliest, up in the capital of Columbus. And if we take a look at our 7-day, we will see temperatures get really chilly over the weekend, almost like a revival of winter after we see that cold front move in. Highs in the mid-40s on Saturday and Sunday, with lows dropping below freezing. That will allow us to get a chance for some rain and snow, but we will see temperatures warm up as we go through next week. Over to you, Caitlin.
Thanks, Ananda. One hospital says it counts on volunteer cuddlers to help some of its tiniest and neediest patients. The volunteers help soothe newborn babies born addicted to heroin. The babies can suffer from the effects of drug withdrawal and can be inconsolable without the right help. Jennifer Shack reports.
They come into this world at a big disadvantage, and whether you can help them out.
Cuddling newborn babies sounds like a given, but that's not always the case. At Mercy Health Anderson Hospital, a special group of volunteers works with babies. They have the affectionate title cuddlers, and their job is critical. They comfort the most vulnerable, babies born exposed to heroin.
They don't have the nervous system yet to settle themselves, and sometimes the only time they sleep is when they're in somebody's arms and you can rock them.
Donna Mullins and Ted Rolling have been volunteering for several years. They spend their afternoons rocking and relaxing newborns who need extra cuddling and comfort.
But the opiate-addicted babies truly cannot function on their own for a few weeks sometimes.
Feeling of security.
They need to be secure and they need to be comforted in order to even just relax enough to sleep sometimes.
It's a growing problem in the region, and at hospitals when nurses don't have time to sit and hold babies for hours, the cuddlers are a vital bridge to help the young babies through withdrawal.
If the mom has been a drug user for a long time, the babies require holding almost 24 hours because they're inconsolable.
So the job may not always be peaceful, but the tiny babies do bring the cuddlers a lot of pleasure.
And so it's a give and take. I mean, I'm helping them, but they're also helping me.
Ohio Wrestling kicked off its national championship bid. Find out if any Cats were able to advance to the next round. And Ohio men's basketball snuck out of the first round of the CBI against Albany. Find out who led the way for the Cats next on Newswatch. Stay tuned to WOUB. Here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home. Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
there's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home.
Welcome back. I'm Carter Eckel. The College Basketball Invitational has kicked off Wednesday night, and Ohio took down the Albany Great Danes 94-90 in overtime. Trexetti led the way for the Cats with a monstrous double-double. The lone senior scored 30 points, which were a career high, and he added 10 rebounds to the mix. Albany was assistant upon double-teaming MAC Player of the Year Antonio Campbell, but every Ohio starter was able to register at least double digits in points scored. The Bobcats have earned another game at the Convo, where they will take on UNC Greensboro on Monday, March 20th. The Ohio women's basketball team hosts Marshall in the first round of the Women's Invitational Tournament. The Bobcats finished their regular season 24-6 and 16-2 in the MAC. The last time the Bobcats faced the Thundering Herd, they defeated them 55-48. The Cats will be led by All-MAC first-team player Kiana Black, who leads the nation in three-pointers per game, averaging 3.8 shots a contest, as well as MAC Defensive Player of the Year, Kiera Lampkins. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. tonight in the Convocation Center. The Bobcat baseball team took on Northern Kentucky Wednesday night after the game had been postponed on Tuesday. Ohio fell 7-6 in 10 innings after taking the lead behind a 4 spot in the bottom of the 6th inning. John Adrian finished the night 3 of 4 from behind the plate and was a single short of the cycle. Northern Kentucky tied it up in the 8th inning, scoring an unearned run after an error in the Ohio outfield. The loss ends the Cats' first homestand at a 2-2 record. Ohio hits the road again, taking on Purdue in a 3-game series this weekend. The women's softball team is headed to Raleigh, North Carolina to take part in the North Carolina State Doubletree RDU Invite. The invite is all weekend long and kicks off Friday morning for the Cats against IUPUI. Ohio is currently 11-7 on the road this season and are batting an impressive .305 average from behind the plate. They are tied for second in the conference in stolen bases as well. The Jaguars hold a 7-13 record and are coming off a weekend that saw them drop 2 of 4 games against Miami of Ohio. The invite includes games against NC State and Bryant University. First pitch is set for Friday morning at 10 o'clock. The Bobcats find themselves in the winner's bracket after the first round of matches in the NCAA Wrestling Championships. Cody Walters and Cameron Kelly both advanced after impressive wins. Cameron Kelly advanced after a 13-0 win over Bryant Lantry, notching his first championship win in his collegiate career. Walters moved on convincingly, and as the 7 seed, got a lot of help in the process. Multiple top seeds have fallen in his path, but that hasn't changed Walters' mindset. After his match, he spoke with a WOUB reporter and said, "I don't care if they are the 1 seed or if this is their first tournament, they are standing in the way of my dreams." Today's the day. Whether you're in favor of the first 4 or not, the madness has officially begun. Arguably the greatest tournament in sports is underway, and the first day has already been jam-packed with action. The first upset of the day came out of the Ivy League after Yale knocked off the 5-seeded Baylor Bears 79-75. Two of the four 9 seeds have moved into the round of 32 as well. UConn and Butler will battle their respective 1 seeds after beating Colorado and Texas Tech respectively. Tournament action will continue throughout the weekend. That does it for sports. Back to you, Ananda.
Thanks, Carter. Currently in Athens, it is 59 degrees, and we're still under that red flag warning until 8 p.m. Winds are out of our west at 16 miles per hour, and humidity is still very low. And if we go overnight, we will drop down to 41 degrees with those clearing skies. But tomorrow it will be pretty warm still, 58 degrees. But with a cold front coming through, we will see a chance for snow this weekend. As we go through the week, it will warm up. Over to you, Caitlin.
Thanks, Amanda. And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Caitlin Roman. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a great night.